Quick question. If you stopped working today, what would still pay you next month? If your first thought was, my mom's emotional support, you are not alone. Most people answer nothing, and that one word explains the difference between looking rich and being rich. So do me a favor, stick with me to the end because I will give you a one-sentence test you can use on every purchase to instantly tell whether it is building your wealth or quietly draining it. Today we are breaking down the wealth rule that separates the rich from everyone else. Assets versus liabilities. Rich people buy freedom. Everyone else buys payments. And the wild part is this. The difference between wealth and struggle is often hiding in the tiny decision of what you choose to finance. In the next few minutes, I am going to give you a simple way to label anything you buy as an asset or a liability, spot the sneaky trap that makes people feel richer while they get broker, and use a quick checklist you can apply this week to start building real wealth. Here is the mantra. If it takes money out, it is not making you wealthy. Liabilities eat tomorrow's freedom one payment at a time, while assets quietly stack your options in the background. Disclaimer: this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. It is not financial, legal, or tax advice. I am not a financial advisor, so do your own research and consider speaking with a certified financial advisor who can help you create a customized financial plan. Now, let's get back to learning. Habit number 1 is pay yourself first, automatically. Not emotionally, not if there is money left, automatically. Because if you wait until the end of the month, your money will magically disappear into random expenses, snacks, and that one subscription you do not remember signing up for. Start small if you need to. 5%, 10%. The point is consistency. Set up an automatic transfer to savings and investing the same day you get paid. The goal is for your wealth plan to happen even when you are tired, busy, or feeling a little, I deserve this, in the Target aisle. Treat saving like a bill you love to pay. When you automate it, your future self gets paid before anyone else does. Most people are trained to chase income, not cash flow. So when the paycheck goes up, lifestyle inflation throws a party, and somehow your credit card gets VIP access. Bigger home, newer car, nicer clothes, 5 subscriptions you forgot you had, plus 1 you swear you need for productivity. From the outside, it looks like success. On the inside, your bills start doing push-ups and getting stronger. Another reason smart people get tripped up is that some liabilities can go up in value. Something can appreciate and still drain you every month, like a great investment that also charges you rent just to exist. Always remember, if it costs you monthly, it owns you mentally. Because if your paycheck is the life support machine, you do not own an asset yet. You own a payment. Example 1. Your car. For most people, a car is a liability. Payments, insurance, fuel, repairs, registration, it almost always goes down in value. Could a car be an asset? Yes, if it reliably produces income that exceeds its costs, like a vehicle used in a business where the net cash flow is positive. Example 2. The home you live in. This one triggers debates. A primary residence can build equity over time, but month to month, it usually takes money out of your pocket through the mortgage, taxes, insurance, utilities, and maintenance. If it does not produce income, it functions like a liability in terms of cash flow. A rental property, on the other hand, can be an asset if the rent covers all expenses and leaves you with positive cash flow. Example 3. Stocks and index funds. If they pay dividends or you sell later at a higher value, they can be assets. The key is that they represent ownership in something that can return money to you. Even if you are a long-term holder who does not live on dividends yet, the intention and structure is still ownership that can produce future cash flow. Example 4. Education and skills. A course, certification, or tool can be an asset if it increases your earning power or helps you build something that pays you repeatedly. But if you buy training you never use, it becomes an expensive liability called good intentions. Example 5. Debt. Not all debt is equal. Consumer debt used to buy things that do not produce income, like credit cards for lifestyle spending, is almost always a liability. But debt used carefully to acquire an income-producing asset can be part of a wealth strategy. The danger is pretending good debt is good when the numbers do not cash flow. Here's the pattern, and it is the closest thing to a cheat code I can say out loud. Rich people buy assets first. Then they let those assets pay for the liabilities. Everyone else tends to buy liabilities first. Then they hope their job will cover the bill. Think of it like this. If you want a nicer car, the wealthy question is not, can I afford the payment? The wealthy question is, what asset can I buy that produces an extra $500 a month so the car payment is covered without touching my paycheck? That shift turns a wish into a plan because you are building the engine before you buy the upgrades. And once your assets are paying the bills, every raise becomes freedom, not just a bigger set of monthly obligations. 1. List the true monthly cash flow. Not the sticker price, not the "it is only $99 a month" magic trick. Write down the payment, interest, insurance, fees, maintenance, taxes, and even the time cost, because time is money and also your sanity. 2. Ask, does it pay me without me being there? If the income stops the second you stop showing up, it is not an asset. It is a job with a fancy logo. If money can still come in while you sleep, travel, or binge a show, congratulations, you are looking at asset territory. 3. Apply the wealth rule. If it reliably puts money in your pocket, it is an asset. If it reliably takes money out, it is a liability. If it does both, like real estate or a business, run the numbers and be brutally honest about net cash flow, because your budget will not accept excuses, only receipts. All right, it is takeaway time, also known as the recap, also known as the part your future self will thank you for. The rule is simple. Assets put money in your pocket, liabilities take money out. So if you want to separate yourself from the pack, stop judging purchases by how they look and start judging them by cash flow. Because your bank account does not care how good the receipt looks on Instagram. If this helped you, do me a favor. Like the video and share it with a friend who loves learning about wealth building, or the friend who definitely needs it but will pretend they already knew it. Subscribe for more money truth with less money stress. Challenge time. Pick one expense you currently call normal, run it through the 3-step filter, and comment whether it is an asset or a liability in your life right now. And if you want a step-by-step guide you can actually use, check out my book, The Wealth Basics, a practical guide to investing and building generational wealth, the stuff we should have learned in high school. It is available on Amazon, and the link is in the description. Thank you for your support, and I will see you in the next video.